On one hand, it's only half time in the tie, isn't it? 90 minutes down, 90 minutes to go. We're taking it back to London in front of 60,000 West Ham United fans. It's game on as far as I'm concerned. We're not out of this whatsoever. We're still in with a chance of going through to the quarterfinals of the Europa League. However, on the other hand, it's just got a hell of a lot more difficult, hasn't it? Sevilla entered this tie as favourites to go through out of Sevilla and West Ham. They were firm favourites. One of the favourites to go on and win the tournament alongside Barcelona. They're even more favourites now. The bookies will more than fancy Sevilla's name being in the hat for the quarterfinals, and understandably so. Before the draw was made, Sevilla was the one team I wanted to avoid. Not just me, I haven't called anything out in the ordinary here. Loads and loads, hundreds, thousands of West Ham fans didn't want Sevilla either, for obvious reasons. Best home record in La Liga, second in La Liga. The history that they've had, the success they've had in this competition, record winners, won the Europa League 4 times, you include the UEFA Cup, it's 6 times. Statistically, the best team in this competition by far. And then you take into consideration their percentages, which are just ridiculous. 94% of games they've won in the Europa League knockout stages. Mental numbers. Our own Betway Cup, West Ham have won less than a third of Betway Cups. It's our own cup competition. It's literally one game. We can't even win that more than 50%. So Sevilla's record is just incredible in this tournament. So when we got drawn against them, like I said, it's the one team I wanted to avoid. I fancied beating everybody else, but Sevilla is the one team I thought they'll put us out. Anyway, but the tie's still bang on. As for the performance, on one hand again, I'm proud of the boys. I really am proud of the boys. I thought they gave absolutely everything out there tonight. Worked hard. I thought we had a tactical game plan. I felt up until Sevilla scored, it was working. Every player was carrying out their job. Yes, we were a bit sloppy. Yes, we were a little bit wasteful. But I felt we were doing the basics right. Especially at half time, I was well happy with the first half. I thought we were quite calm. We were quite composed. However, on the other hand, can't help but think that this is a massive opportunity. It's like Anfield, all over again. We went there on Saturday to Anfield. We did a lot of the difficult stuff right. We created chances, enough chances to be worthy of scoring a goal, enough chances to be worthy of taking something from the game, a draw at least. And I think it's the same again tonight in Seville for West Ham United. We did enough to get something, but we didn't. Poor finishing. Poor decisions in the final third. Now, I've just recorded the review with Gonzo half an hour ago, and it was quite positive actually because of the context. And I'm going to deal with the context in a minute because it is important. It is important. But maybe I was a little bit too happy. Maybe I was a little bit too positive because of the context, because of the excitement. Because in the build-up to this game, for the last 2 weeks, I've been buzzing for it. Every single day, more and more, getting excited. A bit of a spring in my step, if anything. Couldn't wait to talk to people about West Ham that you don't even support West Ham. They don't even care about West Ham. They're fed up with me talking about it. But it was such a big deal. I'm excited. Turned to nerves today, the excitement disappeared and fastly turned to nerves. So perhaps I've just got carried away a little bit. But I guess it's because of the context. We shouldn't be here, really. We are here on merit. But 2 years ago, 4 years ago to the day that to this day, so yesterday for you, I recorded this last night. 4 years to the day, Bubbles was on the pitch holding that corner flag aloft as protests against the board all around the London Stadium. 4 years ago. 2 years ago, the Premier League was suspended. We were in a relegation battle. I was convinced we were going to get relegated. If it went to points per game because the Premier League got postponed and then cancelled, we would have got relegated on points per game. We have come so far in such a short space of time, and we can be proud of that. We should be proud of that. But I'm going to put that to one side for a minute because tonight's performance, we gave everything. But once I finished the review with Gonzo, I sat back a little bit and I was a bit... because it's a massive missed opportunity. And like I said, it's just got more difficult. The chances of us going through to the quarterfinals are slim. They are slim. Let's be honest, they're slim. It was 50-50 at best before a ball was kicked this evening. Now Sevilla come to London Stadium with a goal up. We've got to beat them by at least a goal. If we only beat them by one goal, it goes to extra time. That's going to be difficult on its own. I think we saw tonight, I think the substitutions, worked in their favour. I think their subs were better than our subs. I think fatigue was kicking in a little bit tonight. I think after they made it 1-0, last 20 minutes of the game this evening, I felt like we could see fatigue creeping into our game. I felt like we could see the impact of playing the first 11 against Liverpool, against Southampton, against Wolves last weekend. And it gives Moyes a bit of a dilemma for the Villa game on Sunday. What do you do? Do you rest your players? Because you are still in this. You are still very much in with the Europa League. So do you rest them and go against Sevilla with your first team rested up a little bit? Or do you focus on the Premier League? So you've almost got like an insurance policy. So Sevilla do knock us out, we're still fighting for something in the league. And we are still fighting for something in the league. So that's a bit of a dilemma for Moyes. Myself and Gonzo will deal with our thoughts in the preview tomorrow. We're recording the preview for the Villa game tomorrow, so that'll be up tonight. It'll be up tonight, right? So we're recording it Friday during the day. It'll be up Friday evening, alright? But I can't help thinking it was just a bit of a missed opportunity tonight. Yes, it's probably the best team left in the competition. Not in terms of reputation, that's Barcelona. But in terms of merit, experience in this competition, and they are a top team. They are a top team. Just to interrupt my own video to promote a couple of things. It's not the One Football app, and it's not Manscaped. It's Hammer's Chat, actually, on how you can support the channel, if you wish, in 2 different ways. Because we've got the last 16 in the Europa, we thought we'll put on a couple of promotions to celebrate. The first one is at our online store where we sell things that you can see in the back there. We've got mugs, we've got jigsaws, polo shirts, t-shirts. The link's in the description below. And if you use the code LAST16Europa, you'll get 10% off absolutely everything. Now that's only on until tonight. When you wake up tomorrow morning on Saturday, that code will no longer be in use. All the details are in the description and the pinned comments of this video. But also, sticking with last 16 and we're cranking up to 16%, if you join our Patreon at patreon.com/HammersChat, if you join the annual subscription, you will save 16%. You usually save 10%, just as a disclaimer, there's usually a 10% saving, but we're cranking up to 16 just to celebrate being in the Europa League. So massive thank you to anybody that supports the channel. We massively appreciate it. Anyway, back to myself rambling on. But they were weak tonight. They were missing quite a few key players. If they're all back next week, it's going to get harder. Gonzalo Montiel, their first choice right back, good right back, he'll be back. Diego Carlos, they were missing him. I think Koundé is one of the best centre backs in the world. I think when you add in Carlos, I think it's one of the best partnerships in the world. I think we might see that a little bit next Thursday. I thought Antonio done quite well up against their other centre-back, Gudauge. I think that's how you say his name. Gudauge. I thought Antonio done quite well against him. He might not be playing next Thursday. And I just think tonight's maybe a bit of a missed opportunity. Maybe I've got carried away a little bit by the context, by my excitement. Because in the build-up to this, I thought if we keep, as long as we're still in it for London, so that includes a goal down. A draw, a goal down, I was okay with it. But then as the game was going, I found myself thinking, actually, I'm not okay with being a goal down. I don't want a goal down. That's not enough anymore. I want us to be in with a shout. I want us to be drawing this tonight. We need to draw, take it back to the London Stadium. Because I think I just got reminded, for the last 20 minutes or something of the game tonight, I got reminded as to why I didn't want Sevilla in the draw. And why Sevilla was the hardest team to get. And we got them. But I also think out of the teams in the Europa League, Sevilla's the hardest team, I think, to play in the second leg when they've got a 1-goal lead. And I think we're going to feel that next Thursday as well. They were very impressive tonight. While we were impressive and a bit wasteful, I thought they were impressive and a bit wasteful. I think the only thing that separated the two teams was a well-worked set piece in their favour. Yes, defensively it was bad from us, and I'm sure that the club will be doing their sort of biopsy on as to why that's happening, why there's a player unmarked at the back post. But it was a well-worked free kick. We got a warning in the first half from a corner where they lofted it to the edge of the box and Acuna had a volley. We didn't take the warning. We ignored it, if you like. We thought, yeah, alright, we'll carry on doing what we're doing, and we've got done by it. And we've got done by a very good, experienced European team tonight. But I can't help feel that it's a bit of a missed opportunity. But here's the context. I've already spoken about the timelines 2 years ago, 4 years ago. We're ahead of schedule. When Moyes would have come back, he would have had some form of plan in his head. Priority is to keep West Ham in the Premier League. But once he'd done that, he would have sat there that summer 2 years ago, summer 2020. So we've just come back. We've done the post-lockdown tournament. We've stayed in Premier League. Happy days. Moyes has got his new contract. He's happy. He would have come up with a bit of a plan for West Ham. And I'd imagine Europa League would have been probably his end goal to some extent. I doubt he was planning for the Champions League, because that would have been, it's almost impossible to some extent for us to plan for the Champions League without substantial investment. So with the investment on the table available to Moyes, Europa League, I imagine, would have been what he was aiming for in 5 years' time. Not in 2 years. But here we are, well ahead of schedule, on merit as well. We had a fantastic season last season, qualified for the Europa League. And even if we do go out to Sevilla next Thursday, there's no shame in it. There's absolutely no shame in it. What we can do is learn from this going forward. And it becomes even more important that West Ham have European football next season. It looks like that's going to have to be through qualifying in the league. And like I said, that's a dilemma we're going to have to discuss tomorrow as regards to the Aston Villa game. But we've experienced it now. The bit of hope I've got for next Thursday, apart from the fact that it's at home with the 60,000 West Ham fans, I felt tonight there was a few poor performances. Individually, there's some good ones. I think there's some poor ones and a lot of okay ones in the middle. But the poor ones, I'm almost wanting to give them the benefit of the doubt that the occasion perhaps got to them a little bit, because that was a bloody good home crowd tonight. I'll be honest with you, I didn't really realise the Spanish crowd was like that. I should have done, because, well, they literally done it before I watched Real Madrid PSG. I didn't clock the Real Madrid fans, if you like. But tonight I clocked and I thought, bloody hell, you don't get that in the Premier League, because you don't, do you? You don't get the home fans like that on a Saturday afternoon when Burnley are playing Norwich. Turf Moor's not like that. There's some home crowds that are good. You know, Ellen Road's good on its day, and you've got the Mall and I think Wolves have got a really good home support. But generally, the atmosphere is pretty crap. So I'm giving the players the benefit of the doubt that perhaps the occasion got to them. But you can't say that for them all, can you? I don't think you can give that to, say, Vlasic, for example. He didn't miss because the home crowd was noisy. He missed because it was a poor header. He missed because he wasted the opportunity. Fornals, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt to some extent, because his passing was awful tonight. It was really bad. But I thought he's played well recently, and usually, arguably, he's one of our best passers in the team. Souček, I don't think he had a great game this evening, but it's what we saw from him the last few months, really. It's not an abnormal performance from him tonight. But there were some really good performances out there. And we finished the game with 3 academy players on the bench, on the pitch. Ben Johnson, I thought, was our man of the match. I thought he was fantastic at right back tonight. Lots to be proud of. And it is game on. It is only halfway there. We're still well in this. We are. But it's going to be bloody difficult, isn't it? It is going to be difficult against Sevilla. And that's why I look back tonight and it reminds me of Anfield a little bit, where I think, if only X, Y, Z, and there's 3 or 4 different things you put after that. If only we had invested in January. If only we had another striker. If only we had taken our chances. If only we had a Jesse Lingard in the team or something. But we don't. But what we do have is a chance. We've got a chance. But the whole thing, the context is important for me. And that's why I can't get angry. I can't get too disappointed and stuff. And yes, it's a missed opportunity, but that's where it stops for me. That's it. It's a missed opportunity, full stop. It's not a game we should have been winning. It's probably not even a competition in theory that, like I said, I believe we're ahead of schedule to some extent. And I've always just felt, I'm just going to enjoy being in the Europa League knockout stages. And I am. And I hope the fans that went to Seville have enjoyed it as well. Next Thursday, I'm going to enjoy that. I'm going to it. I don't get too many. I've not been to many home games. I've done a few away games this season. Not been to many home games. But it's important. This game's important for the London Stadium. And I can't wait, actually. I'm really looking forward to next Thursday. It's going to be difficult, but it's not impossible. However, if we are going to win, we need to do better than tonight in the final third. We have to do better. Because it's too many games now. It's just, how many games are we going to chalk off to sort of poor finishing or something like that? You'll get away with it. Sevilla to some extent had poor finishing, and Esri had about 3 or 4 headers straight at the goalkeeper. But they made one count, one more than we did. Anyway, I'm rambling now. I'm going to shut up. I'm going to disappear. Oh, I forgot. I'm going to have to add it in. I'm going to add it in. If you've got this far, you'll know what I'm talking about, because you will have seen it earlier on in the video. I'm going to have to add it in. But I'll be back later tonight with a preview of the Aston Villa game with Gonzo. So yeah, proud of the boys, proud of the club for how far we've come. I thought in the first half in particular, we looked good. We looked like we belonged playing against Sevilla in the Europa League. Second half, I just felt that we could tell the difference between the two teams. Not just the teams, the two clubs. In terms of experience and in terms of sort of European stature, if you like. I thought they came out on the front foot a little bit more. And then once they got their goal, I felt like their experience and their game management, if you like, showed. We can't fall for that next week. We have to be better at the London Stadium. But it's there. It's all to play for. It is only half time and it is only a goal. Difficult but not impossible. Anyway, if you enjoyed this ramblings, drop a like on it, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and I'll catch you tonight.